So it's very clear that Elliott Wolf and Gerard Mayo decided that they are going to be night owls and they are only going to work at nighttime. Look, now that would have been a very nice thing to know before I didn't get sleep last night as I was eager for the first day of the legal tampering period and woke up every 10 minutes to make sure I checked my phone to make sure that there was absolutely no Patriots news. Then I decide, okay, they're probably just not going to do much for the first day of legal tampering. So I'm going to go to the gym for a few hours as I do, 4 or 5 times a week, something you guys didn't need to know, but now you do. And as soon as I do, what do? They make 4 different moves. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how the Patriots are bringing back Big Mike, baby. Michael Onwenu is back in New England as he is going to be signing a 3-year deal worth $57 million. Look, it's very clear that me and Gerard Mayo, Elliott Wolf, everybody in the front office, there's just a clear disconnect. So if anybody does have a connection to them, let them know to reach out to me via email or phone number, whatever they see fit, so that we can get on the same schedule with moves and content creation. But like I mentioned, Mike Onwenu back to the Patriots on a 3-year deal. Which also includes 38 of that $57 million being fully guaranteed, which is a nice payday for Michael Onwenu. He is, though, going to get less than $20 million per year. A lot of people expected that Michael Onwenu hit in the open market. He was going to get $20 million plus. And I told you guys, if he is going to make $20 million plus, quite honestly, I don't know if I want to give him that. Okay, an offensive lineman, especially an interior offensive lineman, making close to what a wide receiver one does, I'm not sure if I would have been with that. But the Patriots are able to get him for less than that $20 million mark. Now, look, I can't say too much about not making $20+ million because it was still very, very close to that number. On average, he's going to make about $19 million per year. Again, we don't have the full contract. We don't have the full breakdown. Once we do, we know what he'll be making on a year-to-year basis. But again, if we're just going to take the number we know he's making and average it out, it would be about $19 million per year. If you take that number, that would make him 6th highest paid amongst guards and 9th highest paid player amongst tackles. So whether he's playing guard or whether he's playing tackle, he is now going to be paid top 10 for each of those positions, but he is not cracking the top 5 or top 3 for either of those positions. So honestly, I feel like this is another situation where the Patriots got a decent deal, right? Michael Onwenu and the Patriots both got a decent deal. There's not one player that, or one side of this rather, that walked away with it. We're not saying Michael Onwenu got an absolute bag from the Patriots and did not give them a choice but to say, give me more than what I'm worth or I'm walking. But it also isn't that the Patriots got themselves a hometown discount. Mike Onwenu got what respectfully he deserved, and the Patriots gave a player, their own player, a contract in which he deserved. And honestly, it's finally nice to see the Patriots finally start bringing back their own guys, right? Because it seems like with Bill Belichick, guys came in on their rookie deals, and then after that, constantly left. That's not how you build a team. That's not how you build continuity. And that's not how you build a successful team. If you are going to build a successful team, you need to have guys re-signed on their rookie contracts. You need to build that continuity along with your team. Being able to bring back guys that you drafted is one of the big reasons what the draft is really all for in the first place. Because again, that concept really does all come back to continuity and chemistry. And that's what the offensive line especially is all about. The offensive line isn't all about the best guys, the most talented, the most athletic. That's not what it is. You can have a unit that doesn't necessarily have the best offensive linemen, but you need guys who are going to work well with each other. They have great chemistry, and they are going to have very good continuity. And in this case, that is exactly what the Patriots have and are continuing to build, now bringing back Mike Onwenu. Now, really, the biggest question that is left to be answered is, Well, okay, where is he going to play? Do the Patriots ultimately view Michael Onwenu as a tackle? And is that their succession plan with Michael Onwenu is playing him over on the right side, even though they just brought Chucks in, the former Pittsburgh Steeler, who we already made a video about? Or are they going to place him at guard? We do know that Michael Onwenu during this offseason came out and did say he views himself as a guard. He would prefer to play guard at the NFL level. From what I've heard, it does sound like that's probably where the Patriots are going to play him and that he is going to be kicked back into the inside, which is where he does play his best football. I actually have a question for you guys, and I want you to answer this in the comment section below for me. What would you rather have? Would you rather have a top 15, top 10, maybe right tackle, or would you rather have a top 3 or a top 5 guard, and that's where your player is going to be at its best? Like I said before, it's really nice to see that the Patriots are finally taking care of their own guys because that's going to set up its own atmosphere here in New England. New England needs to reset its image. It went from being the place that everybody wanted to play because Tom Brady was there and they were winning Super Bowls every single year. Then Tom Brady left. They weren't winning Super Bowls. And then you just had Bill Belichick, who is very stubborn, who kind of, I hate to say it this way, but was kind of more that military type of way of learning. He didn't necessarily connect with his players from a person-to-person level. With that being said, a lot of players at this point didn't really have a true reason to come here and play, especially knowing that it doesn't matter how well you played. It doesn't matter if the Patriots drafted you. If you don't give them a deal, they're probably not going to bring you back if they don't see fit. What we've seen so far this offseason with Jerod Mayo and Elliott Wolf is that if you play up to standards, they will give you a contract. They will bring you back and they will make sure that you are respected. They're not going to ultimately give you maybe more than you're worth, but you will come to a conclusion together on ultimately what you are worth if you play well enough. Michael Onwenu, the Patriots' best offensive lineman for the last several years now, Patriots bring him back on a long-term deal. Kendrick Bourne, who has been consistent despite being mismanaged and misutilized, they brought him back. Hunter Henry, who was the team captain for the Patriots last year, kind of the same thing. They brought him back. And another reason, too, on why bringing back Michael Onwenu is so important is because the best ability in sports, no matter what sport, what position, is availability, and Michael Onwenu is exactly that. You look at his rookie year, he played 92% of the Patriots' offensive snaps. In 2021, he played 62% of the Patriots' offensive snaps. Now, that might sound low, but that's not due to injury. That was because the Patriots decided that the best continuity on their offensive line was actually not to play Michael Onwenu and was to play Ted Karras. Then in 2022, he played 99% of the Patriots' offensive snaps. He ended up missing a few snaps. I want to say it was the last week of the season against Buffalo because he dealt with an injury, the same injury that made him get surgery this offseason. And then this past year, played 93% of the Patriots' offensive snaps because he was dealing with that injury early on in the season that he faced in Buffalo in 2022. Now, looking at some of Michael Onwenu's numbers over the last couple of years, he had 850 offensive snaps played this past season, which ranked 40th in the NFL. He had 4 penalties, which was tied for 50th, and he allowed 3 sacks all season, which was tied for 53rd. Keep in mind, this was between right guard and right tackle. He put up an overall PFF grade of 71.5, a pass blocking grade of 68, and a run blocking grade of 72.2. Now, like I said, 4 penalties allowed, 3 sacks allowed, 2 quarterback hits allowed, and 23 total pressures allowed. He played 194 snaps over at right guard while playing the majority of the season and his snaps over at right tackle, which he hadn't played or practiced at since 2020 when he first came into New England as a rookie and ended up playing here this past season, 656 snaps over at right. Now, I do want to look at his 2022 numbers also, because that'll give us a little bit more of an idea, a little bit more continuity on what does Michael Onwenu play like when he's stuck at one position. How does he play when he's playing at right guard rather than tackle, which is his natural position, where he played in college and where he said ideally he would like to play. Well, when he did play at right guard in 2022, which was his best season yet in the NFL, he played 1,044 offensive snaps, which ranked 24th. He had just 2 penalties, which was tied for 52nd. He allowed only 1 sack in the entire season, which, by the way, he also played the entire season, which was tied for 58th. He put up an overall grade of 79.3, a pass blocking grade of 83.1, and a run blocking grade of 73.1. And again, if we go down and we look, he played all snaps, every single snap at right guard, didn't play at tackle whatsoever. During this season in 2022, 2 penalties, 1 sack allowed, 2 quarterback hits allowed, and 14 total pressures allowed. As you can see, statistically, he is much, much better over at right guard. So I think if you want to get the best out of Michael Onwenu and put him in the place that he's going to best succeed for you, it is going to be at the guard position. Keep in mind, too, the 1 sack that he allowed was, I want to say, the final week of the season against Buffalo, the same game in which he got injured. So for the majority of the season, he didn't allow a single sack. And I know what a lot of people are thinking. They're going to say, well, Patriots Global, we drafted how many guards in last year's draft, especially, fairly early on, mid-rounds, the Patriots had selected Jake Andrews, who was like a center/guard, Sidy Sow, and Antonio Mafi. What are they going to do with all of those guys? I feel more comfortable with Onwenu being at tackle because of the amount of guards that we drafted. Unfortunately, yes, if Michael Onwenu is going to play guard, that is going to leave some questions for the Patriots at tackle. Right now, they just need a left tackle, period. At right tackle, you would hope that Chuck's Okorafor isn't going to play as your starting right tackle, but that is also a potential option. I think that a lot of people will be more comfortable with Onwenu at right tackle because we know he's capable. Then you could put someone like Sidy Sow at right guard. Then all you really need is a left tackle. But at the end of the day, I think that Michael Onwenu is going to play guard. I think that's where he was signed to play. I think a big reason on why he's signing back is because the Patriots probably gave him confirmation that as long as they're not in a situation where he has to play tackle, he's going to be a guard for them. So I would watch for the Patriots to continue to target tackle both in free agency and in the draft. But what do you guys think about Michael Onwenu returning on a 3-year deal? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video and, of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. We'll have you covered for the entire free agency, draft, all of that good stuff, so you guys won't want to miss out. I appreciate you guys so much for checking out this video. But most importantly, don't forget, go Pats.